What's up, guys? Welcome to Daily Dose of Reddit. This is your host, Zach, and today's subreddit is r/FatPeopleStories. Okay, so here we have a super duper long story called, it's super long. I laughed until I cried. This is going to be a long tale, a saga, a literal wall of text. But it is related to the group as it involves super fatties. I originally wrote this for my restaurant industry serving group, where I'm known for very long stories, but although they have some thick skin, it's full of a bunch of body-positive, anti-fat shaming types. I don't want to deal with the backlash, so I've decided to post it here. If that's not okay, admin, please delete. As I've mentioned in passing before, I work managing and serving at a high-end sushi bar hibachi restaurant. The dining area is fairly large, but the owners are trying to get the most out of it. Even weighing in at 5'3" and 135 pounds, I can barely squeeze through some of the aisles, I use the term loosely, comfortably, especially with a tray, and this detail will matter later on. My good lord, heaven sent 34 double D chest. This evening, we were particularly busy as prom season is upon us, and apparently kids with their parents' credit cards love both overpriced sushi and food cooked in front of them. We were almost at volume with a full reservation book up until our 10 p.m. closing time. So, to paint a picture, if you will, I'm running around with 200 different things to do, orders to ring up, people to cash out, and an almost entirely brand new staff that all need some form of assistance. Enter the land whale. I hear the whirring strain of her electric wheelchair before I heard the hostess greet her. My spidey senses began to tingle. I knew I was in for a crap show. I was about to be the food slave. I turned the corner to the hostess stand and there she blows! I swear I heard the of a boxing ring. It was on. This will be my greatest fight in history. I will have to battle this person into a pleasant dining experience, even though I know nothing will be enough for them. I mentally put on my war paint. Tipping the scales at surely no less than 450 pounds is a fairly young-looking woman with poorly done multicolored dreads and a prison-esque heart-shaped facial tattoo, of course, in her tortured scooter. I've never felt so bad for machinery before. In tow is what I assume is her significant other. Nice. Although mobile, he was also at least over 400 pounds, with the necessary accessories of an oxygen tank and a Denver Broncos cap that had not only never been washed, but topped his lovely 4 remaining strands of hair into a foot-long ponytail. The hostess looks like she's seen a ghost. I step in. I've been training for this moment. I also know that somehow the single table we have open is for walk-ins, roll-ins, that can accommodate a scooter is actually open. I grab their menus and inform them I'll be taking care of them this evening, if they could just follow me to their table. I graciously remove a chair so she can scoot on in, and as I turn to hand her the pen for the sushi menu, it begins.
Honey, no, we can't sit here. We've been here before, and at lunch they always put us in the half booth. He's got a bad back. He can't sit in these hard chairs. He needs the half booth.
I'm so sorry, ma'am. I thought this would be a more accommodating table for you. I do apologize. Unfortunately, all the half booths are seated and eating. If you don't mind a wait, I can put you on the waiting list for the half booth. And ma'am, I apologize again, but there are reservations, so I'm not entirely sure what your exact wait time would be. I thought her eyes were gonna roll back in the back of her head. I could physically sense her extreme displeasure, and at this point in my serving career, I know when a toddler-level temper tantrum is in the works.
Well, I don't know if we can wait. My blood sugar is bad and we already drove all the way here. If I don't get something soon, I'm going to be sick. and there's nowhere for him to sit while we wait. He's got a bad back.
Yes, ma'am, I totally understand that. Let me see what I can do about letting you know what a wait time might be for you. Please remember, I'm a manager. I can't lose my mind on this giant maniac like she deserves. Now, in this moment, one of the half booths asks their server for a to-go box and a check. She's prompt with it, and I suppose the goddamned super fat saw the to-go box being dropped at the table, like a bull charging a matador's red cloth. She puts the joystick to the metal, heading gut first to this half booth. This poor half booth. This wholesome family who just wanted to have a nice meal and not have to explain to their children what the heck this woman was. She stops maybe a foot and a half from the table. Three-strand oxygen Larry, making his way slowly behind her. She and I crap you not, loudly informed this poor family that
we have been waiting on this table for over an hour, and we have disabilities. He needs to see it.
Rightfully mortified, the family acts like they've been cornered by a wild animal, boxing up their food while never turning their backs and refusing eye contact, scuttering out the door, all but ignoring my profuse apologies. This fat frickin' bimbo roller derbies the chair side of the half booth, pushing the chair out of her way, even though I was on my way to bust the table and accommodate her. Three-strand oxygen Larry pushes the table out as he squeezes in. I'm by the table side in less than 15 seconds. Mortified.
Alright, so how long are we gonna sit at a dirty-ass table before you get our order in? I already let you know I'm sick.
Yes, ma'am, and I do apologize, but I need to remove this extra chair to clear some room, and I need to bust your table and wipe it down. Also, if you could please not use that language with me, I'd appreciate it. Huffs. So many huffs. I get the table done and clean, drop her some menus, ask if I can start them with some beverages while they overlook the menu, also informing them that at the time we are at volume for the kitchen and the sushi bar, so their order will take a minimum of 30 to 40 minutes. They both decide on 2 strawberry lemonades each.
I'll finish one before you have time to make another,
as well as a Diet Coke for her and 2 ice waters. They're also ready to order everything on the menu that's fried, basically. I'll never understand someone that comes to a sushi bar and treats it like KFC. We have beautiful fresh rolls, amazing grilled salmon salads, hand-cut steaks cooked to order with fresh seasoned veggies. But I digress. After I put their order in, make their lemonade so sickly sweet, surely they can't get through 2 of them, business picks up. I'm forced to seat other new patrons around them as tables clear up, with this fat lover's chair in all of our way. The surrounding patrons are visibly disgusted, but obviously trying to keep the staring to a minimum cause discrimination, I suppose. 15 minutes in. I note ticket order times at the top of the ticket so no one can claim they've been waiting an hour when they haven't. I'm painfully squeezed next to this woman's chair, attempting to take an order from the table next to hers. She interrupts me while I'm interacting with this separate table, grabs my arm.
Excuse me, we were here before them and I need your assistance. We have been waiting over 45 minutes for our food now. I know, I told you I'm sick and need my food.
I give a look to the table I'm assisting that says, y'all both know I gotta deal with this woman. Knowing nods all around. Bless those folks. Yes, ma'am. I need to get this table some drinks first, but I promise you, the kitchen and sushi chefs are diligently working on your order. I only put it in about 15 minutes ago, so please understand it will be just a little bit longer. You mentioned a blood sugar issue? May I get you another lemonade while you wait? Gal at the table next to them snort laughs. I have to bite the inside of my mouth until I almost taste blood to keep from joining her. Fatty waves me away with her ham hock arm. I keep caring for my other tables, trying my best to ignore the literal goddamned elephant in the room. Since I manage, and we pool tips, I let some other gals keep their lemonades refilled and deal with her huffing. I deal with her ultimately in the end, because we all know there's going to be problems. Finally, their food is up to be ran, and our new, barely English-speaking food runner goes to get it. No, mijo, es para la gorda. Muy mal. No quieres. I don't speak great Spanish, but he got the point that he didn't want anything to do with this fatty. Another table has been sat behind them, pinning the fatty in, making it almost physically impossible for me to drop this tray of deep-fried fish fat off. I start squeezing myself through the normal-sized diners the best I can, apologizing along the way. After about the second table, everyone in the restaurant knows by my look of utter despair, I'm headed for the fats. They part like the Red Sea. The man of the couple at the table does his best to scoot in, but it's not enough. I suck it in the best I can, but then it happens. I lift the tray above my head, but cannot help grazing her back with my breasts and jarring her chair a bit as I pass. As I'm apologizing and looking for a sweet spot to start putting their food on the table, this morbidly obese kraken awakens.
Ow! Excuse me, did you just hit my chair?
I apologized with my best veteran server fake sincere voice. Oh my, ma'am, I am so very sorry. I just wasn't able to squeeze by. Are you okay? I didn't mean to hit your chair at all. Then, a first happened for me. I've been doing this for almost 15 years. I've been called a lot of names by my customers in this industry. Needless, crazy insults. I've been called a dumb bimbo, a racist bimbo, a lazy bimbo, an intellectually disabled bimbo, even a fat, useless bimbo.
Are you suggesting that I was in your way with my disability, you ableist bimbo?
Was howled at me. The restaurant, again, falls to near silence. I am so sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am, but if we can't use proper language with a proper volume in my dining room, I will have to ask you to leave and not return. She started swelling up and turning colors like that little girl from Willy Wonka. I expect her to scream,
I want an Oompa Loompa now! I want to speak with your freaking manager! This is discrimination!
Crowning moment for me. Yes, ma'am, I'm sorry you feel that way. I am the manager on duty this evening. She insisted that they were going to leave due to my treatment of them, wouldn't be paying, and want everything boxed up. Yes, ma'am, you're more than welcome to leave my restaurant, and at this point, I'm insisting you do. But unless you are paying, I will not be boxing your meal up. I will comp your beverages, $17 worth of flavored lemonades, for the inconvenience and miscommunication we've seen to have this evening. Then, and Miley Cyrus said it best, she came in like a wrecking ball. At this point, everyone is staring, watching her try to 12-point turn and escape in her chair. No one is Team Fatty by now. No one scoots. I swear the guy behind her actually scooted his chair out, forcing her to hit him repeatedly in her flee attempt. Literal tears almost rolling down his chin from amusement. I wanted to get his name and invite him to my 600-pound life group I'm in. I proceeded to walk away. I'm done with her and her trying to get the best of me. She finally manages to wiggle out, almost to the edge of the table. Fat-ass Larry sat calmly with his oxygen the entire time, never standing until she had freed herself like a beached whale, flipping towards the shore. I believe he had seen the scene transpire before. She gets to the edge of the table, grabs a handful of shrimp tempura covered in spicy mayo, and shoves the entire thing in her mouth, scooting quickly for the door. I'm so freaking done. I'm sorry, ma'am. You're going to need to pay for that appetizer now, and I'll be happy to pack up the remainder for you. 2 freaking shrimp max after she monkey-fisted the rest into her maw.
Screw you, ableist bimbo. You'll hear from my lawyer.
Lady, you're not making a quick escape. I had plenty of time to make my way. Slowly even, her cussing me like an old dog the entire time, to their handicapped van to write down the plates. She's been reported for theft of services and petty theft. The cops didn't follow up with me as of yet, and after I got off, I didn't really care and just wanted to leave. But I'd love to hear the speech she gave the officer about why she needed to scoot off with a mouthful of fried shrimp. I hope they get you, you useless waste of space. I hope they got you and you're waiting on bond and have to explain to your family why they have to pay a $1,000 bond for some goddamned fatty foods you shouldn't be eating and probably can't afford. I hope you call the CO of the woman's block an ableist bimbo because you can't fit in the bunks and only get one mat, a bologna sandwich, and an apple while you're there. If you work in law enforcement and are also in this group and have to give this woman the nude pat down, roll, squat, and cough check, I'm sorry, but she stole those goddamn shrimps. And that's the end of my story. I'm sitting here with a nice frozen vodka margarita, enjoying the rest of her fully fried order that I boxed up and took home. Okay, well, I'm gonna say this first. Some of this stuff seemed kind of mean. I'm just saying, like, some of this just seemed kind of, like, unnecessarily just mean. However, that woman was disgusting, kind of. Really gross. Just no. But, come on. Don't be so, like, you know. Some of these things just, like, made it seem like she's just angry at fat people. That's just my opinion. But the fat person in this story, she definitely was not the best. Alright, this story's called, Was Told by a Ham Planet to Put on Weight to Get Bigger Boobs. Yeah. Anyway, I posted here before, but wanted to mention this. It annoys me because even my own mother says, oh, if you put on weight, your boobs will get bigger too. It'll be a good thing. I just find this very offensive. Like, first of all, there's nothing wrong with my weight to even want to gain more weight in the first place. And second of all, my small boobs are just fine. My body isn't here to appease anybody but myself. I am 23, female, and weigh 8 stone. I'm okie dokie. So yeah, I don't know if other women are the same, or maybe my friend group is just weird, but when we're drunk, we usually say some really weird things. I have one ham planet friend at the moment. Let's call her Sasha. And I have another friend who's a little meatier than me, but still a healthy weight. We'll call her Gigi. Anyway, on to my friends. We were drunk and ham planet Sasha was talking about how men like her big boobs. And then suddenly it came on to boob sizes and they were asking me what size I was, etc. I got pretty uncomfortable because it's not something I talk about, but I just told them to move on with the conversation. Then, what irritated me is they took pity on me, with Sasha saying, if you want bigger boobs, you don't even have to have a boob job. You would totally get bigger boobs if you put on weight. And Gigi was in agreement also. I didn't say anything, just nodded and let the topic pass. I don't think they meant anything mean by it, but it just annoys me since my body isn't here to look good for anybody else, and I'm mighty fine with my body already. Has anyone been told this, or am I the only crazy one? Well, let me tell you something, okay? Boob sizes, big boobs, they have their pluses, they have their minuses. Small boobs, they have their pluses, and they have their minuses. It's not like one's better than the other, and I know it sounds like I might just be saying that, but I'm just saying that my preference might surprise some people. But that defeats the point that OP was trying to make. It doesn't matter what we prefer. It's just, that's your body, so you work it, man. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell to never miss an episode.